What's going on, guys? It's Taylor here. So I am back to present a new video. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys why I'm doing what I'm doing. So my dream in life is to help other people. So in order to do that, I decided to start a platform, and this would be the easiest way to do so. Okay, so I'm here to talk to you guys about self-help. And the reason why is because it helped me through a very dark time in my life, and it has continued to help me grow further and gotten me here to where I am today. So I just wanted to be able to share that with people so they can do it by themselves and realize that you control your own happiness. So I'm going to give you guys a little background on myself. When I was 5 years old, my dad left. I was told he got chased by the cops when he was moving to his new house, and he would call he'd call every so often, and the phone call slowly lessened, and that's when my mom told me he ran away from the police, and because of that he is on the run. So I'm like, okay, that sucks. I'm probably never gonna hear from my dad again. What am I gonna do? But she did get remarried around the same time with my stepdad. And my stepdad has been with my mom. They've been friends since before I was born. And they got married when I was 5. And shortly after, we had my little sister. And I started out in public school. I got bullied really bad in kindergarten. This boy would bully me. He would spit at me, kick me, yell at me, call me names. And this guy was my neighbor. My mom went to the parent. She tried telling him. The parent comes to the school, and the mom would be like the teacher's assistant and try to get him to stop, but he wouldn't. He would constantly go and go at me. Then first grade came around, and I had a nice group of friends, and I would get a little bullied because I don't like speaking aloud. I hate it. It gets me nervous, and I have really bad anxiety when it comes to that. And I didn't want to read out loud and do stuff like that, and I would get made fun of and laughed at. So I began to not want to try or learn, and my education went down fairly rapidly. And then second grade came, and the bullying got worse. It came to the point where, I loved being friends with everybody, and I was friends with this girl who was, she was poor, and she couldn't always wear different clothes and everything, and I was friends with her, and I told my friends I was going to be friends with her. My friends were popular, and they didn't want me to be friends with her. They're like, it's us or her, and I was like, well, I'm not going to cut her off. And being a little kid, I was like, no. And we went out on the playground for recess, and they told everyone not to play with me. So I was left alone on the playground by myself, and everywhere I would go, the kids would run away from me, and that sucked. And because of that, and the teachers not wanting to help me learn, my mom moved me to a private school. It was very hard, and it was different. I had a uniform, I had to follow these rules and all this stuff that was so new to me, but it was okay. I went forward, and the bullying didn't really stop, and I'd get made fun of because I didn't want to read. I did not want to. I was nervous. I was scared. I was tired of being made fun of. I'm like, I'm not doing that here. So I was too scared. I would get help from the teacher. She was amazing. She helped me learn a lot more than I ever would have been able to. And the next year, I still was not progressing like the other students were. They were a year ahead than public schools in the younger grades, and they were like, you have to be held back. And I'm like, great, now I get to I just restarted with this whole class, and it was 11 of us, and I have to get held back into another grade and start all over again. So that was really rough. The bullying wasn't really bad. It was, I still got bullied on reading. It was just basic kid drama, nothing dramatic. And then and then in 6th grade, I had a best friend. And well, she was in 6th grade and I was in 5th grade since I got held back, and she liked this one girl, like they were best friends, and I got cut out of the picture, and it really hurt my feelings, and I lost a lot of self-esteem, and I fell into a deep depression. And like I'd post on social media like videos and like YouTube and songs, and people would be like, stop posting that stuff, it's so sad. And you know, I got told not to do those things, so I was like, okay, and I just kept it all balled up. And you know, no one would ask me what was wrong. They'd just be like, why do you do that? And it's like, I just want help me. Like, I'm upset, I'm sad, you know, I'm going through a lot. I miss having friends, I'm tired of being made fun of. But we were on and off for years after that. And then, you know, I graduated from elementary and or middle school, because private school goes from like pre-K all the way up to 8th grade. So after that, I was like, I'm going to start a new life for myself. So I went to public school, and I wish I got to stay in public school to have a bigger social crowd and have more friends. It was fine my freshman year, you know, everyone wanted to be my friend. I was a new person, like no one knew who I was, and everyone was so nice to me. And then my sophomore year, you know, I built my own group of friends. It was then my freshman year into my sophomore year, I built my group of friends. And we were so close. We were tight. We text every day. We talk every day. It consisted of 5 people. We would add people in and out. We added like 3 people in and out of that group. It was just who molded with us very well, and those were us girls. And then we eventually got our boys into the group, and we were just having fun all the time. We'd hang out every weekend, go on adventures, we partied hard, and you know, we all started to like fade apart, you know, and it was just left to me and 2 others. And after that, you know, I was so scared to lose them too that I created this own like image and dream that they were going to become best friends and they were going to disclude me, because it's happened my whole life. And especially with this particular friend that left me in 6th grade, she, you know, she had a thing to do this every year. It was a different person every year. She'd leave me and come back and leave me and come back. And I just couldn't take it anymore. And, you know, I was like, I don't care. And because of that, we started to build bad blood, and they were upset with me. And I didn't realize until a while after, and I tried to explain to them, and they didn't want anything to do with me, and it sucked. You know, I lost some good people, and I still believe they are great people. I just wish it didn't end the way it did, and I wish they didn't talk bad about me. I mean, I don't know. I hear they do sometimes. I don't believe it until I go to the source. But, you know, that was rough. I got a boyfriend. You know, we only dated for a month. We talked on and off a whole year. He cheated on me a lot and would always run back to the same person, and it broke my heart, and I was even more depressed. And my friends were the ones bringing me up. And then I got a new boyfriend my junior summer. You know, it was so good. We were great. We have a lot of similarities, and it was just, we mixed well together. You know, I didn't know how I was feeling it out in the beginning, because my friends were like, yeah, and I was like, I don't know, like, I still was like somebody else, and I was just like, okay, if I'm gonna do it, I gotta jump head first. So that's exactly what I did, and you know, I love the guy, and he started to party with me and my friends, because that's what we did. So he began drinking a lot, and when he drinks, he's not always the nicest person, and he became really mentally abusive when he was drinking, and you know, it tore me down. You know, it brought me really down, and he'd say mean things, and I had no confidence in myself whatsoever. And it got to the point where he wanted to drink every single day. And he's like, man, I have to wait until the weekend to drink. And it was just like, are you serious? Like, I had to tell him, like, it's either you're gonna stop drinking or you're gonna be with me, or you're gonna drink and I'm not. So he made his decision, and I was like, okay, I'm breaking up with you. And that was horrible. Like, I was so upset. He was the only person I had left. I lost all my friends due to that friend group drama, and I had nobody. I had not one friend. And, you know, he cheated on me with one of my very close friends and also a random stranger. And that hurt me really bad. But I forgave him, and he couldn't stop drinking, so I had to move forward. That's when the self-help really started to impact me in my life. My first book was Gabrielle Bernstein. It was Spirit Junkie, and I definitely recommend that to everyone. It is a great starting point for your journey of a better life. And after that, you know, I dropped out of day school because, you know, I didn't have any friends. I was tired of it. I was like, I'm more mature. I'm going to go and do something else. So I went to online night school, and I graduated early. Well, early, since I got held back. I graduated like after the first semester. And then I got a full-time job. I was working at a pain management company, and I was doing amazing. And I was there. So I was there for about 8 months, and, you know, that was when, you know, I was sexually assaulted. And that was a big turning point in my life. I was at my peak, and I had a full-time job. I was graduating school early. I just got a boyfriend, not even like 2 weeks. And, you know, my life was good. It was going good. And when that happened, it tore me all the way back down. I had to start all over again. You know, and I had to go through the whole system and trying to get, you know, have a voice and say something. And, you know, to this day, I have not had any justice. And it makes me so mad. So this is what I'm doing. I think that I deserve justice, and I feel like every other female that this has happened to deserves justice as well. You know, and it shouldn't have to be a dragged out process. That is horrible. It should not be like that. You need to have more staff because there's more issues happening, and we need to stop it, and we need to speak up, and we need justice. And that was hard for me, you know. There's so many what ifs. What if this happened? This, or like so many other things could have happened to make what happened to me not happen, you know. And I realized that the only way I have been able to get better myself is by helping other people, by spreading joy and smiles and happiness. That is why I'm doing this, because I just want to share with people my story, and I want people to be able to learn that it's gonna be okay. There's always a better day, and you just gotta you got this. So that's all for today. Background on me and self-help. Like, subscribe, share, and if you want to get in touch with me, feel free. I am always here. I am a shoulder to cry on, always here to listen to any voices.